Today, you and I are gonna hang out, we'll visit over $10 million worth of real estate, and I may just share how much money I made in my first year. You ready? A good film has you hating the character at the start, and then over time you kind of warm up to them. So that was my egotistical intro. The algorithm loves it, I swear, I need to do it. But the rest of this video, don't worry, it'll get a little bit better. I'm not trying to sell you anything, and that may sound counterintuitive, but it's true.
This is a $6.899 million penthouse in West Vancouver. We're in Horseshoe Bay. It's a 2-story penthouse, 2-bed, 4-bath, 2,500 square feet, over 2,500. But this week marked my first year in real estate. So how do you get into penthouses and listings like this when you knew nothing just like a short time ago? That's what this video is about. And we'll be back here later today to take more of a look around. So this is simply a day in the life, going through my to-do list. And throughout it, I share the biggest things I learned in my first year.
Yo, what up? Okay, so we're on our way to Horseshoe Bay to tour this penthouse and the boat as well. Did you bring your life jacket? Dude, we might have to share one.
I'm down if you're down.
Have you ever watched $1 Million Listing or Selling Sunset or ever heard of them? In the show, you never see them doing the paperwork or like answering emails. Like an hour before Jamel got here, I was doing emails for an hour, but that's not good TV. No one wants to watch that. It's boring as I think I'm good at social media, so I spend the most time working on that. And I do the least amount of what I think I'm the worst at.
Today we were filming 2 penthouse property tours, and I prioritized these tours because video is in right now, obviously, but also it gives you a chance to associate your face with properties even if they aren't your listings. So we went to the first one and did a quick behind the scenes tour. Time for the tour. This is West Coast living, like West Coast luxury at its finest. Horseshoe Bay is right here. This building comes with, like I said, a speedboat, kayaks, paddleboards at your disposal, chef's kitchen, wine fridge, 6-burner stove, Miele appliances, top of the line. 5-piece ensuite. This is the primary we're going into. This is the showstopper of this apartment. This is what you kind of buy this one for. Like, look at this view right here, the shoot. And people aren't looking into your primary bedroom or any of your bedrooms. West Coast styling. One of the 4 fireplaces right here. These are 14-foot high ceilings and have, you know, the peak. Also really chalet style. And we've got another fireplace here. They're on for you guys, for them to look good. It's honestly not necessary to have these on right now. It's very warm in here. What's that? You hear that? A hot tub. Jets are already going for you guys. Jets are already going over towards the corner of the balcony. You can see all of Horseshoe Bay here in its glory. The newly finished park just down here. All the boats moored. Here you can see BC ferries coming and going. There's one of the large ones there right now. Jamil, what are the odds you get in here for the shot, like for the video? 1 in 3? 1, 2, 3, 1. Bro, what is that? He's going in the hot tub. I'm gonna put him in there when he's not watching.
So, as you can see, I tour a lot of properties, and the way this YouTube channel actually started was me asking landlords to tour their studio apartments, their 1-bedroom apartments, so I could get some content and in turn help them rent it out and find a tenant. And one of the best resources I came across at that time for renters and landlords was Live.Rent, the sponsor of this video. Live.Rent is Canada's safest all-in-one rental platform and landlord productivity tool, with a ton of automated features like for marketing, tenant screening, rental management. I'm reading off this list because it's extremely long. Lots of tools, lots of resources. And they also don't set landlords up with just any tenant. They screen every single person and look into things like credit summaries, court records, risk assessment, and more. From there, they give every potential tenant a trust score, and then you come in and make the final decision. One of my clients just bought an apartment downtown Vancouver, but before they could move into it, they were gonna rent it out for a little bit, so they needed a tenant. And I told them about Live Rent, and they rented their place out within 2 weeks. And they rented it to some cool people, like great tenants that I met them, that they're actually cool. We actually might hang out. Simply, if you own an investment property or you're moving out of your unit, not all landlords or investors want to deal with stuff like posting an ad online or marketing it or trying to figure out how to write a lease contract so you don't get sued. I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to get sued. Using a tool like Live.Rent, you can really streamline your rental process and be confident that you have a trustworthy tenant.
I also sat down with Jesse Olivier, one of the listing agents of the property, because I wanted to ask, how do you get a listing that's like almost $7 million? And the main answer was time plus connections. Keep relationships with a lot of people, show your experience and skill over time, and good things come when you are prepared and well connected. Like any business, real estate is a marathon, not a sprint. And then we were off to a private showing before the next penthouse. Tour done, leaving Horseshoe Bay now. Thank you, Jamie McDougall and Jesse Olivier, for letting us tour the property. And now we're on our way to a listing appointment, another property with a client. So I'm sorry, Jamil, but you cannot come inside. This guy's about to cry. So I'm trying something new called the clap and sheesh. Everyone has a signature move.
Steps for another three. Got another one. LeBron drains another one.
So every time I do a deal now, my signature move is going to be the clap and sheesh, where, you know, I get a phone call, full ask, you want it today, closing in 1 week, you got yourself a deal. You know what they say, sheesh. A little bit funny, a little bit cringe. Can't care what people think though. Sometimes I get to come home in the middle of the day, which is nice today because it's raining. So it's nice and cozy inside. Have you ever heard of $1 Million Listing or Selling Sunset? If you're watching this video and you're this far in, chances are you probably have. But the truth about those shows is that I love them. And I cannot get enough of them. You just learn stuff, how they handle it, because they've been doing it for so many years. Specifically, Ryan Serhant and Frederick Eklund. I've even bought their books, and my favorite book ever is The Sell by Frederick Eklund. It's not about like sales, it's more about like not being the person you think the successful version of you is, but getting better over time. Anyone on a reality TV show, you just have so many more opportunities. So this is my announcement. I'm ready to have my own Netflix show. Every real estate show is in New York or Los Angeles or Australia. There's one over there. None in Canada. So if there was one in Canada, I would watch it. And I think I know people that would watch it as well. Not everyone wants a TV show, so for you it could be something totally different. You just kind of need to get seen, you know? That's my strategy. I just, you know, people know my face. Enough talking about the future. I said we'd see multiple properties today, so that's what we're gonna do. Jamil, what a surprise. Come on in. This is the 2-level sky home at the Sussex. Absolutely gorgeous, listed by Greg Baker and his team. Thank you for letting us come in here and shoot this video. We're gonna take a look at the whole thing, do a little impromptu tour, but it is gorgeous. We're right beside Metrotown, right over there. I can see it from where I'm standing right here. And there's a full private rooftop terrace, which we'll take a look at too. So although this is kind of like behind the scenes, this apartment is for sale and I'm marketing it right now. You may have not known this, but if you know anyone, hey, tell them this place is for sale and it's beautiful. Before we do the tour, I wanted to mention how do these social media tours work? Like, this is not my listing at the end of the day, right? But it's someone from my office, it's another agent. And how these work is, a big part of selling real estate is getting eyeballs on properties, right? And with my following and with the tours that I've done, it's kind of like a reputation. I can get some eyeballs on a property. And if you think about it, really, like how much money have I made today? $0. But if you think about like a commission paying job, then that is how you stress yourself out. If you think about it like that, that's how you go crazy. And that's why I have gray hairs. Dude, they don't need to see that close. Here we are, we're gonna do a walkthrough, 2.45 million, 1,600 square feet inside, 1,300 square feet outside. The building has a bowling alley, which you know I have to see after this and hopefully get a strike. This is the first bedroom, west-facing view, so we're looking at downtown North Van, English Bay. I can see the freighters over there. This is kind of the showstopper of this property. I feel like it's right off the living area in the kitchen, so a lot of the time you'd be spending time right out here. And this view is insane. If you had this downtown, this apartment would be worth double, like easily, maybe even triple. That's what people pay for, right there. Another balcony off the side. That one spans the whole size of the apartment there. This is the kitchen, top of the line appliances, Gagano, everything. And when you have a pot filler, you kinda know that you're a big deal. That's how it works. Left and right, his and hers closets, walk-in closets. This is the bedroom with the third balcony, 270-degree views, like I said. So we're seeing the Portman Bridge. I'm seeing 2 lakes over this way. 4-piece bathroom. And the best part, upstairs, they've turned this space into an office, as you can see. Great use of space, and it goes right out onto the private rooftop terrace, as you can see. Gas fireplace, got some outdoor patio furniture as well here. This building has a bowling alley. Oh, this one. See, this one feels right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Call me Steph Curry. Usually here in British Columbia, 7% of the first $100,000 goes towards the realtors, and 3% of the remaining price also goes towards the realtors. And the commissions are paid by the seller of the home. But usually in every deal, you have two realtors most of the time, which means they have to split up that amount. Since the selling realtor, the listing realtor, usually has more expenses like photographers and videographers, they usually make a little bit more. For the first 100,000, usually it's like 3.25 for the buying realtor percentage and 3.75 for the other realtor, the listing agent, which equals 7%. And then on the remainder, the buying realtor gets 1.15% and the selling realtor gets 1.85%. So if we used $1 million property as an example, the buying agent would get $13,600 and the listing realtor would get $20,400, going off those average percentages. So if you sell a $10 million property, you're doing pretty good. And so my first year in real estate, I sold just over 9.5 million, which means in my first year, I made phone call for me. He wants to buy the penthouse we toured. I gotta take this, but you've got the percentages now, so you can calculate that if you want.
Hello? Full ask? It's a deal. Sheesh.